Good morning, my name is Mackenzie Fluta, and I'm going to be walking you through the Extra Small House, which is apartment style living in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The goal of this project was to take an awkward piece of land and reconstruct it into something that would be actually beneficial to the surrounding community. This site in particular was actually a leftover piece of construction from the city's highway that sliced through the city's Chinatown neighborhood. It created this small lot that was difficult to occupy and created this weird nebulous space where nothing could really reside. Another significant challenge was the budget constraints. Our project had a budget of $1.1 million, which ended up restricting the height of our building. This again limited the amount of floor plan space that we would have to work with. Our solution? To create a unique floor plan focused on layering living spaces. This constructional solution would create a dynamic flow and organization, as well as create a new feeling that would add to the community. The construction of the extra small home was very important. This focused on the house being tall, 4 stories, and a residential space built around a communal staircase. It broke off into 7 apartments, each with their own different homey feel. It was apartment-style living, but it was different. It focuses on cohesion and minimalism. The extra small house is only 11 feet wide by 93 feet long. It is separated through by upper levels, bays, and mezzanis. Mezzanis, for those who don't know, are floors which are broken up, split by half walls, brought by staircases, to create a separate room that's still connected to the greater whole. It plays into this idea of layering, building, designing dynamic areas where people can grow and live together with others. Although the units are compact, they are made to feel roomy, again, by layered spaces. They are aimed to take up every inch, emphasize every inch, use every inch. No space can be wasted in these apartments. It's part of the beauty. It helps add to the community, highlight the community. It's the idea of cohesion, of minimalism, of really taking advantage of your space. It creates dynamic volumes, unlocking different levels. They're made to feel bigger by adding 3-foot dynamic projections. They act as window bays, extending to the interior and the exterior, creating a dynamic shape to both. All through the construction of the floor plan, every detail thought out, important, focused on building this idea of cohesion, making a site fit into the community, have purpose in the community, have purpose to you, the resident. We move on to the aesthetic and the experimental aspects of the design. Similar to the construction, it plays an interesting role in building the feelings that help place this in the community, because that's really what we're focused on, repurposing this space. And yes, it's a tiny, awkward, narrow lot, but you look at it from the street and it's interesting. What is that? What could possibly reside there? Residents. When we dive inside, we see this woman walking around. You can see through rooms. It's connected. It's minimal. The extra small home finds the beauty and the power in the emphasis on minimalism. Both the interior and the exterior display this clean, simple design that helps connect. Throughout the apartments, elements like high ceilings are used to open up the space. It's a very simple and natural way, and it plays with the proportions and the feeling of the space of the apartments. Light is also used. It's let in through the bay windows to continue to open up the space, connecting the apartments with the cityscape, where the views add character and beauty and require the home itself to do less work to define the interior. It creates a feeling of cohesion and unity and minimalism detail to apply these apartments, make them feel at home, connect them again to more than just the lot. Connect them to the city, give the funky design a home, a base. Give the community a new presence, a connective presence. Highlight the feeling of urban affordability through the feeling of the presence of the city, through the views in the window, the spirit of the city that pours in, the ability for residents to just go enter the city, that extreme connection that's built based on the lot and the site and the character that's absorbed both back into the community through this building. There's so much power that picking this type of design can implant on your community, but also allow your community to implant on your residents. That brings me to my final slide. How does the design of the extra small house really influence our future and where we're headed in design? So the extra small house focuses on compact design, which is going to be extremely beneficial in urban areas. It is going to allow for a change in how we are housing residents. It is going to allow for more connection in how we house residents, who we allow and can provide housing to. So whether that be students or lower income communities, it can also help us feel out and deal with problems like homelessness, which we face a lot in our urban communities, and creating these compact living areas can help kind of solve and address those problems. It's also going to allow our residents in urban areas to reduce their carbon footprint and really allow for them to live within their means and go more green and live in these spaces and repurpose these spaces like we did, like my firm did in this project. We repurposed this space, this random dinky lot that didn't have a purpose. It now has a purpose. It now has a place. There's a lot of these lots all over the world in urban areas that can be repurposed for the benefit of the urban community. I'm excited to see that design take off and really grow and flourish and change the society we live in now, hopefully for the better. I want to thank you for listening to my presentation. Again, my name is Mackenzie Fluta, and this was a presentation on the extra small home in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So thank you, and have a nice rest of your day.